that being said, guys, I'm actually really excited about today's call. I've known Moira a long, long time when I was in the Southeast. I love her team. I love her. She's just an amazing person. I love her story, and we'll have her share that, that elevator pitch to, kind of, if you've never heard her story before, but we'll get her to do that. But I wanted to introduce her and her current accolades, guys. She's currently ranked number 6 in the network right now. She's a superstar diamond coach. She's also a part of our coach advisory board. And for those that don't know what that is, she meets together with Michael and Carl and Doug and the rest of our directors and executive directors, and helps basically Beachbody in the right direction. So she is, we'll just say she's a baller. She helps out a lot. And she is an SC10 All-Star legend. With that being said, Moira, kind of jump in, kind of give us that introduction, more about you and about your family, and kind of a little bit about where you're coming from. So,
yes, you guys, I'm so excited to be here. There's nothing that makes me more excited than just being able to do this and kind of hopefully give you guys some tools and strategies and inspiration to move your business forward. You guys, it's crazy. I came into this business less than 4 years ago. And I mean, what has happened is nothing short of miraculous. And I came in super skeptical. I came in super fearful, really low self-esteem, really broken. And, I always tell my coaches, I hate to break it to you, but it's so often the broken people that end up becoming your most successful coaches, because this journey transforms their lives, and it totally transformed my life. Not as a challenger, it did not. I was one of those annoying, horrible challengers that was in your challenge group for 14 months, paying full price for Shakeology, refusing to get locked into some coach thing that I didn't want to do. Never participated, and just kind of flailed around on the outside and would reach out to my coach for out of desperation when I needed it every few months. And, the seed was planted because I was watching her. I was watching my life go down in flames as I was I owned a cold pressed juice company at the time. The business was actually thriving on the outside, but we took out a $100,000 loan to start that business. And that's what you do when you want to be a successful entrepreneur. You have to invest time and money in your business. And I was investing a ridiculous amount of time and a ridiculous amount of money into this juice business, and it was killing me. And if you have ever owned a small business, you don't make money the first 3 to 5 years, not one penny. It just goes right back in. It goes to pay the loan off. It goes to pay your overhead. And so I was doing that as I was watching my coach go from brand new coach to 6-figure earner. And I never liked a social media post of hers. I never commented. I never got a coach sneak peek, none of that, but I was watching the whole time. And she lured me in. And the magic of how she lured me in initially was not lured me in, but she basically told me that I was never going to get anywhere because I had a 14-month track record of failure. She's like, Moira, I don't think this is ever going to change for you until you have to show up for other people. Because it seems like you will always fail yourself. You will always let yourself down. But it's my guess that you would never let other people down. And I knew that she was right. And so when I say I signed up to be a coach, I literally did it for self-serving purposes. I was like, fine, I will call my 2 best friends. I will ask them to do this 21-day challenge with me for the 15th time. And maybe it will be different because I got to show up for them. And I showed up for the first time in 15 months, every single day. And my life and their lives changed in extraordinary ways in 21 days. And if it hadn't been for that, I never would have wanted to become a coach, because it wasn't about me. It was about seeing how their lives changed in those 3 weeks. And one of those girls came to me with tears rolling down her face about how much her marriage had changed and how different she was as a mom. And I remember coming home from that conversation and just sitting there in my chair, kind of dumbfounded at, if that's what coaching is, I want to do more. And I knew what had happened in 1 month in their lives and mine. And I felt an obligation to pay that forward. And so I kind of tiptoed in and I invited a couple more friends because no one would ever know that I was signed up to be a Beachbody coach, for God's sakes. I mean, I was so snotty, you guys. And I helped a few more people and I helped a few more people. And so as I crept very, very lightly into the coaching world, I saw people like Amy Silverman, who was my upline. I saw people like her that were so freaking confident and living ridiculously amazing lives and not so wrapped up in fear and insecurity, and they were changing thousands of people's lives. And I remember the day that I sat there thinking to myself, everything I've ever wanted to do in my life, every single thing I've ever wanted, the travel, the tribe, the work, all of it is literally sitting in my lap. Yet I am Beachbody closet coaching because I'm so terrified of what my judgy neighbor in Mount Pleasant, South Carolina thinks of me. Am I going to be the person that sits here wrapped up in fear for the rest of my life, living this mundane life? Or do I want to take a chance? Do I want to take a chance and just go all in and take a chance on what those girls are doing, like Amy Silverman? And I didn't want to be the girl that didn't live her own life and pursue her own dreams because of other people. And so I made a decision. Like, I literally made a decision to say, F it, I'm going to go for it. And I'm going to come out with guns blazing. And I'm also going to do it in a way that doesn't let them judge me. That I'm not going to be the cheesy Beachbody coach on social media, hashtag Shapeology. I'm not going to be that person. I'm going to do this a little bit differently. And I just made a decision to, people are like, well, what did you do? Well, I started getting on every single team call. I started sacrificing things like date nights. And I was like, I'm on 3 calls, 3 nights a week, learning everything I can. And, if I had 5 minutes in my car alone without the kids, I was listening to something, and I had that business activity tracker out, and I was checking every single box every single day. And that's all I did. I made a decision to take action, massive action. And really dug into personal development because that changed me so much. I had a fire for this because it had changed me inside and out. And I believed in it to the tips of my toes. And if you don't have that fire and you don't have that belief, that's because you're not doing it, because it freaking works. It works like nothing else works. And so I just started talking to everybody. I finally, I would hear Amy all the time be like, you need to talk to more people on our team call. Like, I can't, if Success Club is hard, we'll talk to more people. And I was like, she's so mean. And when I finally started talking to more people, I was like, oh, she was actually right. You just need to talk to more people. That's literally what this business comes down to. You have to get the balls and talk to more people and get over your damn self. And I heard Ruth Schroeder one time say, and I was like, yes, you just put into words what I've been trying to say forever. You have to get to a place where you care more about other people than you do your own ego. And I care more about other people than, some judgy person on social media that's going to critique me for whatever I posted, because I'm going to reach 20 people for every one person that has something negative to say. And I don't care about those people anymore because I'm changing lives. And the more lives that I change, the more that fire grows. And did I ever think that I would be the person that gets to speak on stages or be a top 10 coach? Or Ravi, can I give him a little spoiler here?
Yeah,
hits the Million Club tomorrow. Hits the Million Club tomorrow. Like, what is this life, you guys? I mean, I get to do the work that I feel like I was put on this earth to do. Never did I think it would come in the Beachbody box, but it did. And I have taken that opportunity and I have run with it. And has it been the hardest thing I've ever done in my life? Yes. Do I work? Because I don't have to mince words with you guys. You guys are 5 stars, right? Right?
Yep.
I work my ass off. I do. And I wouldn't have it any other way, because one thing I can tell you is when I went for top 10 2 years ago, my third year in the business, I remember saying all year long, no part of me, not 1 ounce of me wants to stand on that stage and say this was easy. Every fiber of my being wants to stand on that stage and be recognized as a top 10 coach and tell you that I've worked so freaking hard and we deserve it. And it's who we are. And that's definitely how it felt. And it continues to feel that way. But I also see the payoff. You know, I don't want to take the easy route is not something that's going to build your character. It's not going to build your confidence. It's not going to build your grit. I want to take the path that's going to build all of those things. And I've become someone way more than any financial amount could ever compare to. Who I have become in this business is the payoff and the lives that I've gotten to change. So, you know, it's different talking to 5 stars because it's like a lot of times I'll talk to like emeralds or diamonds and, you know, or superstars, and it's like a whole different conversation and strategy. And what I can say, well, let's do this. Let's open up the chat so I know where you guys are in your business, and ask me like the magic question. Ask me whatever question it is you have on your heart and in your mind, and I will absolutely deliver and answer that. Because you guys are 5 stars. You know, you've done it. You've accomplished so much in this business. And where do you go from here? I mean, honestly, you guys, you just keep doing what you're doing. What I did, I'll tell you kind of what I did to build to 7-star that first year in the business. And this is a great thing to talk to your teams about, so they're developing the 5-star coaches. I met with my coaches every single week. You know, when you're a brand new diamond and you've got 2 or 3 people that are interested in working the business, you carve out time in your schedule and you meet with them every single week. Every single week. And I didn't have an agenda. I didn't have a strategy. I wasn't a leader. I just checked in with them and I inched them forward and I inched them forward. And there were so many of those calls where those girls would be like, oh my God, I totally forgot. And I'm like, it's okay. How you doing? How's the business? But this is the key to what I have built on my team, Together Rising. And we are truly the epitome of our name, Together Rising. We do it all together. I built relationships. And every single phone call, no matter how unprepared they were, no matter if they totally spaced the call and forgot, I built a relationship. I knew what was going on with their families. I knew what was going on with their children. I developed really deep, authentic friendships with my coaches, and therefore they never went anywhere. They went on to become diamond coaches. They've gone on to become star diamond coaches, because all of my coaches have said at one time or another, oh my gosh, when you come into this team, you literally can never leave. You literally can't leave, because it is such a tribe and it is such a community, and we all work together every day, all day long. And if they were to walk away, they would literally lose their best friends. So it's not just them. It's not some random coach. And I had diamonds drop and quit, but those are the coaches that were way out here in the periphery, not making the relationships. So it's a really easy thing to walk away from on the days it gets hard. But most of my team, 90% of my team, they don't have the option of quitting. They don't have the option of leaving, because no one's going to let that happen. We all have days that are hard. I have lots of days that are hard. I thought my heart was going to beat out of my chest yesterday. It's hard. I'm pushing for top 10 again. It's a decision that I've made. And so I got to put all my eggs in that basket. And this is a year of intense, immense work and a ton of sacrifice on my part. But I've always been able to hold the vision of, first of all, I used to ask myself why, because I would have my coaches, those coaches that I was talking to, those brand new diamonds that first year, they would say things like, Moira, I'm just not willing to work as hard as you are. I'm just not willing to stay up until 10 o'clock for a team call. I need my sleep. And I would tell them sometimes, like, you guys, I get that and I honor that and I want to meet you where you're at, but the gap is this big right now. And I know what the gap's going to be in 3 or 5 years. And you're going to see that gap in 3 or 5 years from where I am and where you are. And you're going to wish that you slept an hour less. Because there is such a huge amount of opportunity here. You know, such an immense amount of opportunity. Why take 10 years to get somewhere that you can get into? Why? I do sacrifice a lot, and I will tell you, and how many people are moms? Anybody a mama on here? 1, 2, 3. So the mom thing is, I get it. I suffer from mom guilt all the time. My son today is with a babysitter, but it's moments like hopping into the car when I picked up my son a few weeks ago, and he hopped in the back. He's a little man of little words. And he said, Mom, I had to write about somebody successful today, and I wrote about Kobe Bryant. And I was like, that's awesome. And he said, I'm just kidding. I wrote about Steph Curry. And I was like, that's great, buddy. He's your favorite, And he was like, and then all of a sudden, my 10-year-old son, the son of very little words, gets teary-eyed, and he says, I'm kidding, Mommy, I wrote about you. So when you say you have to sacrifice, and maybe my husband has to put my kids to bed, maybe my son is with a babysitter today so I can work this business. 4 years in, my children are so radically different because they see mom working for her dreams. They see the tribe of women I get to do life with. They see us doing the work that changes freaking lives. My kids know that I work my butt off. And what kind of an example am I setting for them of how to work hard and how to sacrifice? They see me exhausted. They see me missing out on things because I have to work. I would much rather raise kids that have that kind of work ethic than have a mom that is at their beck and call 24/7. So that might not be your opinion, but I can see it. And don't even get me started on my little girl, who is like, her vision is to have like a building in New York City with a plane on top and a hotel to feed the homeless. And she is like just this little boss babe, entrepreneur. And she sees, I'm like, I can't even imagine what she's going to grow into. She sees a force, this powerful force of a tribe of women doing powerful work in the world every single day of her life. And when they walk in my house and they scoop her up in her arms, I'm like, gosh, the influences that she has in her life, I can't fathom if I had that growing up. So is there sacrifice? Yes. But is it worth it? 1,000%. If you think that you are sacrificing by working this business with your children, it is the exact opposite. You are sacrificing so much by not working this business for your family.
I just have to kind of pitch in here. I'm like, I
get a little preachy. Sorry.
It's a mic drop. I'm like, I feel like this is exactly what we've needed for a while, and I love it. I mean, this has been great. Thank you, Moira. Seriously, what questions do we have for Moira, or what other things are you wondering, wanting to know more about in your business?
Yeah, business stuff. So I will tell you one thing I'm doing really, really differently this year. And it kind of dawned on me because I'm such a worker bee. And I was like, oh my gosh, how funny is it that Holly Hillier was my, one of my success partners last year. And every time we'd get together, I knew exactly what she was doing. She was running weekly coach sneak peeks. She was in the champions page talking about it. It's all right there in front of me. And I'm like, gosh, I realized that I was like one of my coaches where I was like, okay, I totally see what you're doing. And then I wasn't duplicating it. Like, what was the disconnect there? So this year, I started out the year running a coach sneak peek every single week. Did it about kill me? Yes. But I remember 1 month into it talking to my husband and being like, this is so obvious. I was running one coach sneak peek a month all of last year. And now I'm running them every single week. So in 3 months, by the time March 31st ran around, I recruited the same amount of coaches as I did all of 2018 because I had ran 12 coach sneak peeks. Like, why? This is not rocket science, guys. Like, do the math. Run more coach sneak peeks, recruit more coaches. And let me tell you exactly kind of what that looks like, because I do think, I can't believe we haven't been asked to talk about this at Summit, but maybe corporate hasn't caught on to the mastery over here on Together Rising. But there's a formula behind all of that I feel like I have developed and just solidified this year. So we get them on a coach sneak peek. So this is a little bit different. So say I run a coach sneak peek like I'm running right now. because I run them now three times a month, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. I get them on a call on Sunday night. So when I go live in my coach sneak peek the very first time on Tuesday, I am talking about how I have limited spots available, and this is for my June mentorship. And, you know, there's a lot of you guys in here, so I need to be hearing from you if you're interested in possibly getting one of my spots. We have a kickoff call on Sunday, so this is what the group's going to look like. Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. We're deciding who gets these spots on Thursday, so there's urgency, there's exclusivity. And then we are getting them on a call Thursday night after they sign up to kick them off. And what we're doing that's different this year, because I looked at what wasn't working last year, is I am taking all my new coaches through a round of 21-day fix. And I am saying phase one of your coach journey is you being a challenger, 100%. Your business is going to be successful by what you do for yourself in the next 21 days. And I don't bring them into my team page. I do not bring them into coach training. I do not send them a coach welcome letter until the 21st day. And so they go into my challenge group, and I talk to them for an hour about the vital behaviors. I show them where to find their workouts, where to find their nutrition. I tell them what personal development to order. So the next day on Monday, they are ready to rock and roll with their day number 1 out of 21. And they're in my challenge group, and it's their job to show up as an A+ challenger, because that's how they're getting their coach training meals. I put them also on a message thread together. So that all of my May coaches are on a May 21 Days to a New You thread, and they are building relationships with each other, and they are starting to ask questions and all the things, and they're just buddying up. And so I will tell you that I have turned out, let me look at this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 13. I think 13 success starters this year, which is a lot. 13 success starters because of that formula. Because am I taking a slight risk by saying I might miss out on a success starter, because I'm basically not, I am giving them an opportunity to enroll 3 friends. So we tell them about success starters on that kickoff call. And I'm like, listen, I don't want to tell you this in 3 weeks. And you say, God, I wish you would have told me that 3 weeks ago. I encourage them. I say, now is the time to invite your friends. You're starting this thing this week. Invite them to join you. So hopefully they're getting Success Club points on the board the first month. But here's the magic of this, you guys. When I came into this, that very first month, I invited my 2 best friends. I wasn't inviting my 2 best friends because I needed to hit Success Club and I had this monkey on my back and this pressure and I had this goal as a brand new coach that I was stressing out about. I invited my 2 best friends because I was starting this journey and I wanted them to do it with me. And so month 1 is fun for them. It's about their journey, and we're constantly like, guys, get some friends to join you. This is going to be so much more fun if you have your best friends doing it with you. And then after their 21 days, we are celebrating the heck out of them. We are getting back on a call, and we are doing an official GSR call. And at that point, we welcome them into the team page, get them into our New Coach University, and really, really, really get after them about, hitting Success Club and what that means and all of those things. And they stay in that thread with their class, with their June class or their May class, and they start building relationships with each other. And I can't tell you how many new coaches I've reached out to and I've said, hey girl, you got into Success Club. How would you like to help me run my challenge group? And they're like, oh, I'm already running one with Jessica. And I'm like, what? What do you mean? And they're like off and running and doing their own thing. So what exactly do you share in your sneak peek? Great question, Christy. So I literally follow Holly Hillier's plan that's in the Champions page. So what we do, I run it with one of my coaches, Lauren. So we both go in live on the first day. So you guys can jot this down if you want. We share our coach stories. Just our journeys into coaching, our stories. So we each pop in live. And then the third video to go up is the What Do Coaches Do video that floats around. I think Brooke Lipoff did it. So that's the third video. Then we put up, we do a swag giveaway. So that is a little bit different. We do a swag giveaway if you drop a question. So that gets people really engaging in the group because everybody wants something for free. So we say your name goes into the hat for every question you ask. So there's about 40 questions in our sneak peek right now. And then Lauren and I, in a perfect world, when we have time, we jump in live together and we answer all their questions. And then I go live about the financials. So I break down how coaches earn income and what that really looks like, and income progressions from our team. And then Lauren pops in one last time to wrap it up and say, this is how you get started. So that is the format of our sneak peek. It was 3 days. It's now 2 days. And kind of thinking about making it 1 day, although that's a lot of information in 1 day. So 2 seems to be kind of the magic thing. Yes, I keep them in the same sneak peek, Sierra, so that people that don't come on board keep seeing the information. I think that is a part of the magic. I'll have people, it's popping up on their Facebook every single week. If they don't sign up, if they sign up, I take them out of the sneak peek. But we erase all the content every weekend, and then we repost. Most of it's live, but any content we also repost.
There were some questions for Christie's. Like, do you do this just for Beachbody newbies or for challengers, like turned into coaching as well, or?
Yeah, so this is for Beachbody newbies that I'm referring to. But for challengers turned coaches, I would have them just go into like the new coach training, welcome them into the group, into the team page and all of that for sure. Yeah. And I think the other really important thing to just know, and I know you guys know this at your level, but I have to remind myself of it every single day, is that, and I have to remind my team of this every single day, you've got to deliver the reality of this business to your team, especially your new coaches, because we all know that new coaches come in and they get 1 or 2 working coaches and they think they're going to be 1 or 2 star. And that never happens, ever. And then they're defeated and they feel like they're terrible and they feel like they can't do this and they're not cut out for it and they quit. And so I deliver some really harsh realities to my coaches. Like on that GSR call, I'm like, you're probably going to have to invite 100 people to get 3 yeses. The odds are probably in your favor, way in your favor as a brand new coach, because you have more market and best friends and family to invite. But for me, I've got to invite 100 people to find 3 yeses. And then I tell my coaches that are trying to build teams, for every 20 working coaches that come into your team, for every 20, you will pop 1 diamond. That's a very harsh reality to absorb, but when you know that, you don't get so emotionally wrapped up in your business and defeated by people. And I know that you guys probably had this too. At the beginning of the year, I had my diamond retreat, 50 diamonds deep, and it was our whole downline. And every single diamond is going to be elite in January, right? Every single diamond. And I believe that they can be, but I'm like, okay, I'm going to break this down for you. If the ratio is 20 to 1, then you have to onboard 100 coaches that want to work this business to go elite. Now, the beautiful thing about 5-star is you actually have a second business center and a controlled business center. So maybe you have to onboard, 60 coaches to find your 3 other diamonds. But when people understand I have to recruit 60 working coaches to be 5-star, they go about their business on a daily basis differently than I got to find three or four people to work this business. No, you have to find 60. So I think understanding the real numbers behind the business is so important, and then breathing life into them. Like, it's funny, Erin Hopkins is my coach. I don't know if you guys know her, and she was talking about the B book that's coming out with Morning Meltdown 100. She's like, you guys, this is amazing for our clients, but we get this every single day. Like, it's what we do. It's the Rise Up planner that I wrote. It's like the vision, the affirmations, your book of wins that you're writing in every single day. Like, I am on my team like there is no tomorrow. And when I have a coach that comes to me and they're complaining, I'm like, when are you writing your book of wins every day? I'm like, then don't even go there. Don't even go there. I published a book for you, a roadmap. If you're not following the directions, then I cannot hear the complaints. That like inside stuff is just as important as the business strategy. And you'll find that your coaches lean one way or the other. Sometimes people have all the strategy and they're not doing the inside work. And some people have all the inside work and they have no business strategy. You have to have both. You got to have both. That's a great question, Heather. Do I invite my downline to my sneak peek? This is really, really, really hard for me. I actually don't. So, and I feel bad about that on a daily basis. But I ran team sneak peeks up until a few months ago every single month, and it was so much work for me. And I felt like people just didn't take advantage of it, so I stopped running them. But I did compile like a list of Google Doc of here's my financial video, here's the broke lift off, what do coaches do video. Like I literally said, here is every single thing and every single video you need. If you want to run your own sneak peek, just pop in live and say hello and then share all this content and then pop in live and say goodbye. Or you can even, as a brand new coach, just send some of these videos to the people that you're talking to. So they have a toolbox, but they don't, the main reason I don't bring them into my sneak peek is because I literally manage my list with the like moderate group button on Facebook, and I go to the list of people that are in the sneak peek and I work from that list. And if I let all my coaches in there and then they let their people in there, I'd be like inviting the people that they're trying to recruit. That wouldn't be good. Oh, thank you, Heather. It's just the two of us. So our sneak peek is just the two of us. Yeah.
And do you have a separate group for your coaches and coaches doing the challenge group together?
No, I don't. I did that. I tried that. I thought it would be amazing. I was like, let's have a coach challenge group. And everyone was like, I cannot handle another group. So we did not do that. They're all there together. And honestly, if I didn't have my coaches in my challenge group, because I recruit mainly coaches, my challenge group would blow. It would not be good. We bring the energy, you know, we lead in the front. So that's what makes it.
Well, guys, we have about 2 more minutes for any other last questions. This has been freaking awesome, Moira. Thank you so much. Like we love the heck out of you. So thank you so much for being here. Any last questions? I don't want to shortchange anybody. Okay, with that being said, guys, I will post this recording in our 5-Star Diamond group. And if you have any other last questions, just post them below, and you know, I can get them off to Moira. So,
sure.
Thank you so much, Moira. Good luck at Amy Rada's wedding, and tell Doug good luck as he's officiating it.
Yes, I will, for sure.
All right, guys, we'll see ya.
Bye.